in life, it is up to a teacher to give you a few leads along the way, but whatever. Now, sports and theater were supposed to be a bridge. Bridges have tolls. I don't have a problem paying a toll. And when I don't have the money, I don't let's take that Tappan Zee Bridge. I know now they call it the Mario Cuomo. If you don't have money to pay the toll, you show them your driver's license. There's no reason. And then you have the police chasing you. And then they send you a ticket. Or if you don't want to pay the toll, you go all the way around and you take the Bear Mountain Bridge for like 50 cents instead of $6. So basically, I see it this way. You can see it whichever way you want. I have not called anybody racist. Huey Newton, when he checked out D.C., he called those black people racist. There is an entire section, black racism. Oh, but it's okay if other black people say it. That's fine. He said it. You don't bother me. So art is a bridge. In reverse order, Felicia Rashad will be put in charge of Howard University Fine Arts, 2021? Howard University, Freeman's Bureau. Howard University is run by the Congress. Now, her sister, Debbie Allen, because I believe it could have been one of my last performances that I saw on Broadway, she will do Cat on a Hot Tin Roof with an all-black cast, Tennessee Williams. Now, the actor in an interview. Oh, darling. Oh, but Diana von Furstenberg, what a way. Just, kind of wrap your hand around that chair. No, she's not an actress. She's the one with that Japanese agent, Quickie Wiki, and bow it up. That was up to the interviewer. Oh, I know, but everybody that's doing that, I don't know. None of you, you don't see what's before your eyes. I know, because there is just no Brooklyn high school sports on TV in New York. Regular ABC, NBC, CBS local news. And there's no Queens local high school sports, and yet there is a St. John's University, and somehow the Scouts, they're there. And how do we know about Scouts? Well, that's because Carolyn, her father, is a Scout. That's why she went to Maryland for free, and she ain't stupid. Junior year, she's going to cash in that meal plan. Take that $1,000 that she never put in and put it into a CD. So this, and look, I've never had money for cable, local. But when I used to have my little Japanese coffee, who used to go to that place in the Rockefeller Center? Oh, they were great. They had this little photo booth. You could check like 20 different things, like Sophia the Devil. Ooh, that was a good one, wasn't it? $6. 20 little stickers. Anyway, there was a little itty bitty counter and they had New York 1. And, it's a slow. And then they had that little thing in there for the Japanese coffee. Then I bought all those Kurosawa movies. And then that Korean guy, I'll never get his name. Oh, you Americans, you fart this way. The Koreans, and this is way cute. This little kid, somehow here and here, he makes a fart. Just like Pearl Buck said that there was a middle class housing. Well, yeah, in this movie, he said that too. Yeah, this little boy, he walked home, entered his living room. Oh, it's like before 1950. They had a TV. Yeah, good luck. I am doing my best to integrate everybody in my class. Oh, but I've disappointed Shingo Mayumi, first violin. But The church will donate the house for $1 to the Vietnamese family. We all know the same news. The Spencers will adopt 2 Vietnamese girls. I don't know why they made that an announcement. I don't think I need to know that, but it was important to them. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So now, okay, somehow it's hard for these people to fathom that the kids in the Bronx, the Puerto Ricans, that you could possibly have had a theater in school. So you could have been, I don't know, pick something. You could have had an entire Puerto Rican class playing white people, black people, whatever people. But even Lin-Manuel, he didn't say that. And that's fine. I don't care. So now we have Debbie Allen as the director, Felicia Rashad, and then there is that one line in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof about the plantation acres. Nobody decided, oh, I know. It's not your responsibility. No, it isn't. But somebody has to fill that role that was supported by the federal government, whether it had been the Department of Justice, created programs, requirements of the television to do this. It doesn't matter at this point. Trust me. You destroyed my credibility. You destroyed my character. I am the 7 a.m. person. I open up that Grand Union and I serve everyone at 7 a.m. New Year's morning too. You don't bother me. There is no Grand Union. So anything I say as a tax-paying citizen from the beginning, you had a fireproof building, you had a brand new supermarket, you had a clean produce department, you had people who returned the meat, returns. You had aisles that were squared down each morning. Pepsi and Coca-Cola square. You disappointed the Puerto Rican Pepsi guy. That's his job. And he was very happy when he beat out Coca-Cola and increased the amount of shelving he got. Don't. Your bridge is sinking. I am done. I tried that. I don't give a flying fuck about Cosby. I don't care about the Huxtables being the family name and the show being the Cosby. I know that my friend was a student teacher for disabled people and substitute in Maryland. And before Cosby was exposed, that's what they did. I reeled it out, the Cosby. Reeled out Cosby. Reeled out Cosby. I know that the first 3 episodes, that living room is the wrong way because they made it another way. I am not discussing Cosby. You gave me a history class at an honors university. You rolled out Roots. Oh, I never saw that in color. You rolled out the History Channel. You still don't say primary source. You're wasting my time. Do not try to threaten me. You can call me names. I have never, because we don't know that word. Racism, oppression. And I have never said I am a victim. I've called you Nazis. Socialism without consumerism is Nazism. So now, no one in interviewing that I have seen, and if it happened, it should have went viral. So we had Plantation Acres mentioned by Tennessee because he wrote it. But before Tennessee became pro, he was an amateur writer. And in his short stories, he even wrote a little scientific, My Nightly Quest. Ooh, it was about coffee. And then something strange happens in that bathroom. Oh, I wonder what. Now, forget about August Wilson. Did that not fail? Felicia Rashad, you know, she's kind of like the Elizabeth Arden door, but in history, that red door, oh, it's not. What was that show with Jack Nicholson? Red Room, Red Room. It doesn't matter. So she plays like the 1,000-year-old lady, and then, but Gem of the Ocean. But Radio Golf, before he got his aneurysm, God bless the guy, that's pretty much, there's no seances, urban renewal graft, or, anyway, it doesn't really matter. So like, yeah, theater as a bridge. And let's not forget September 11th. You're Felicia Rashad in blue. Munchy Bunchy. Now, I know that in the production I did see after September 11th, because they were closed on September 11th. Oh, I walked all the way down there. City's under lockdown. Oh, the stuff that was coming out of that city. It was exactly like the human behavior book at UMBC. What is this? It's like sand on a taxi? Oh, no. That's exactly what the cars looked like and the taxis. It's debris from the building. Lockdown. Wow, I'm stuck here. We are closed. Blue. Anyway, when I went to see Blue off Broadway down by Union Square, and no, I didn't go past like that 14th Street area. There was a slide, and I swear it was Bunchy on the cover of Time or Newsweek. It doesn't matter. So, in my opinion, Bunchy negotiated a peace in the Middle East very early on. So Bunchy is lost. So when you go to introduce Bunchy as like this African-American god that saved the Middle East, well, what happened to his ideas? How many of his people are left behind? If you tell me that when England and France pulled out of areas with companies that they owned and ruled the territory, but gave it back and left their companies, you cannot tell me that those people that negotiated the peace didn't leave some people, like, were their people totally extracted, but the French and the English, their people left, stayed there? Oh, it's interesting. But, you know, you better tell people, you know, his idea failed for whatever reason. How do I know? How many things am I supposed to give you a sheet for free? My specialty was Lowell. How many education capstones? I did Lowell, and I did reading literacy. So now my reading literacy with my Mumia paper and my Black Panther Party, Huey Newton, teaching the people to read, and then my Defense Secretary's wife, McNamara, creating American reading programs, then my going to that library next to the Kennedy Krieger Institute in Baltimore, and just sitting in there doing my homework, and when oh my God, hold on. It's like I Love Lucy and the train tracks when they're going to Hollywood. Or when Raleigh and Kelly are pretending to be fucking all night long on the top bunk. Here it comes, waffle to my face. And maybe they were up there. When is she going to say anything? If you're being stupid, I don't give a flying fuck. The bunk bed is going to go. You don't bother me. You don't. So now that takes care of Blue. Oh, come on. And then we had the billboards. But who didn't go to Times Square by the police? And then there was that big map. I said, wow, that's interesting. There's a hinge. Lots of hinges in Jasper Johns. So I go tippy-toe and wow, this is a great picture. Because that's what I'm looking for, pictures. Oh, the McDonald's, the arches by the, where am I? 14 minutes. By the Empire State Building. That was a great picture too. The golden arches are taking Empire. You know, George lost the heads. Ooh, this arch, he is great. Then I was going to do all the arches of McDonald's in New York City. Yeah. He's eating the EMPIRE. Go in there, figure it out. They can't sue you, buy a McDouble. But this one was even better because on my tippy toes 5'2", it says panic. I had the Polaroids. I left them all behind. I said, wow, what's on the other side? Panasonic. Anyway, so now we took care of Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen. Oh, I don't know what she did when she was in charge of Howard Fine Arts. That's fine. I don't care. I know at the end in my banishment, they're all Howard University. Samia is studying her Swahili. What about Sophia? Ooh. You will not be over $2 discrepancy on that cash register. Little Anita Peterson taking her social work recertification. Wow, I never knew you were a social work person, Anita. Take children away from bad mothers. That's interesting. The comedian, he's booking his shows. Oh, they're from Howard. Then he just clocked in and left. He doesn't bother. And then we had the meeting, and if you are late, I will fire you. Well, they're all late on the swing shift. Can I eat? Where are you going? I'm going home. You told those people that if they're late, you're firing. I haven't eaten. Doesn't bother me any. So now we've got, the meeting was at Trinity College. It's not free. You pay them for the room. It's across the street. It doesn't bother me. For lunch, I go down the hill. There's a tree. There's some tennis courts. I'm reading and turning pages. Got a lot to do, little time to do it. So now we've taken care of the bridge of the theater, of the Lin-Manuel, and then there probably are some Puerto Rican productions, because in my school, I know exactly who was the revolutionary red and white uniform. Don't make me find the picture. Puerto Rico. Oh, I know. J-Lo, there are like great songs because Bad Bunny's singing them. I'm getting everywhere I need to be. I'm at the gym. I don't watch it willingly. You don't know what that song does to us. I don't know what that song. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue. Oh, you love that song when it's New Year's. So now I'm Mrs. Gabriel of Northwestern High School, where I did the teenage pregnancy paper, the nursery, the Head Start school. Oh, the extent of the violation, but that's okay. What are you going to do when all the people in charge? Really? Do you know who Northwestern High School serves? University Park. You know who lives in University Park? Glendenning. And a host of other people. Now, Jan, she is heartbroken because she's going to take me. She's the Long Ranger. I'm Tonto. That's a bucket seat. It was my house, Sophia. And one day I'm going to buy it back. What did you do to get kicked out? Her father's a tenured economics professor at College Park. I don't want to know. And I'm almost positive that's the same Mrs. Gabriel, the nurse in charge of the nursery. Well, anyway, she will come into the Kinko's and ask, is there anybody who can help me with a fundraiser? I'm senior class advisor. Sophia. Well, I created the mugs, the color calendars, gave a presentation. Before the Balfour, or after the Balfour man, measuring heads, not Zora. Now I go to back to school night because there could be a parental question. I am in charge. Well, this is fascinating. They have a color guard. We didn't have that. So they honor the American flag and the state flag. And they do spirituals. Oh, I wish I knew some because I doubt they say the same one every time. So now, this Bad Bunny. So now I'm in Harlem, and Harlem is all being redone. You know, Chases on the bottom, apartments on the top. Where are my black people? But I've got things to worry about on my own. In the store, they have my cover from The Promised Land, and I buy that. Anyway, so they've removed the sweet potato pies, but that's okay. Pretty soon, Patti LaBelle's going to make her own box, 50 cents. But the sweet potato pies are gone. Do you know who they've replaced that with? The Icy Man. Oh, I'm not going to tell you ethnicity, but he ain't black. Bad Bunny. That's something to watch, but I'm not going to. It's none of my business, but here's how I see that. Isn't it easier to get something done? 6 different flavors. I haven't figured out that flavor, but that word flavor, it came to DC. And then in Living Single, is that not Flavor Magazine? That's all right. Another time. I'm sure there'll be a decade that I find that word all over the place, just like stroke is not owned by Dr. Ruth. Stroke. No, it had nothing to do with that. Doesn't matter. So, like, this Icy Man. And then, excuse me, do you really need to buy the Icy? What flavors do you have? How do you know what flavors he says he has? Oh, and I'm out of what, cherry? That's not the Italian ice, matcha cacatuca, where you just used to flip it over and eat that bottom part. Yeah, what's up with those ices? Does everybody have the same flavor? Is the Icy Man going national? Huh, Bad Bunny? All right, so that is, I wanted to say that. Yeah. So now I think we've covered the theater. Oh no, we didn't. Because this Janet Langston Cohen, this Emmett and Ann, Frank and Till, it was good. It's for free now. Yeah. Racism tolerance. So anyway, now we're going to go back to 2003. It all has a point and it all ties together. Doesn't it say that? Do you think these complaints are free? Do you think all of those pens were free? And what, did one of you say, wow, we could make an awful lot of money? Yeah, the only difference is that person is going to have somebody from the government standing over them. Oh, Lopez Stewart of George Washington University, thrown out of the medical profession, a tantrum in the operating room. He's not going to say he did all of this. His laughing crazy wife receptionist. Inquiry about a registered article insured parcel, January 27th, 2004. Literature used complaint against UMBC USA for Anne Frank. August the 10th, 2004. I know. You're UMUC via the internet. You had no concern for the laws of the United States Post Office. My postman, he had no respect. Where's your uniform? Who are you? I'm your postman. Where's your ID? I don't need one. My neighbor only asked that this guy close the door, her gate. When she died in her house, it's down the stairs, Mr. Mailman. That's whose country that you created. We all know who's in charge of New York. Nice job. Great. Why wouldn't I take it? I know it all my life. Please close the gate. It's on my house. Oh, I know. We left for college. We didn't bounce checks. We put our money in an FDIC sticker while you were savings and loan. You didn't teach Sarbanes-Oxley. You didn't mention Frank Dodd. And you did not do student loan fraud, which the entire legal department of the United States Post Office made a little thing illegal. Student loan fraud. You don't bother me. I owe you nothing. How many oral histories did you ask of me? Do you know that's illegal? Furthermore, when did the because San Jose requires I pass a test from the National Institute of Health. When did you, listen, you are either going to bridge or I'm just going to carry the ebony that I purchased. Are they segregationists or separatists? Well, now add this category. If BET sold out to a major corporation, they have no voice. They're just one on a board, and there's whatever is the observation. You do not bother me. Do you understand? I said don't. I'm nobody's victim. Just sell that someplace else. Nobody slashed my tires in Harlem. Similar to that Maryland Student Service Alliance policy paper, nobody on the street ever bothered me. Nobody. Not when I was working in the East Village. I walk from Grand Central to 24 East 12th. Sometimes I go up the Madison or what was that movie? Avenue ABC. You know, where it was a good movie. I mix it up. Nobody bothers me. If I get stuck in the city, I'll take the first train back when they're hosing down the sidewalks. You do not. You are discredited. Thoroughly. You don't own me. You know, there's not one part of life. You want to get your adoption laws right? I don't need to tell you everything about my life. My grandfather was the mayor of the village of Comninaw, the architect and the planner, and some of his houses, they still stand. He built for very rich people. He's not my grandfather. Sure he is. I have lots of grandfathers. You're in so much trouble. Do you understand? You really are pathetic. Disgusting. Because I want to find it, and I will, trust me. I want to know exactly what Miss Bigley, you will speak to us in a cogent and respectful manner. Lady, I've got $16,000 in a 401k plan. I am a returning student, a lifetime learner, and I know I'm not supposed to be treated that way by your ass. Were you an indoor or outdoor slave? White. A cogent and respect. You know there's an ethno-violence study and you might have written the legal document and you are busting. You are busting. You're Dr. Rafael Lopez. You should have said you were from Montefiore. You don't bother me, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, me, myself, and I. Now, because of that lady and that gentleman, his ethno-violence study, by letter, knowledge of the Department of Justice, Education 2000, advanced men. Where is that? The War Room Anniversary Edition. Bill Clinton could have explained a lot of things. So now we have August the 10th, 2004. This is in further response to the inquiry you recently filed on an international registered letter, article number RA587735491 US, which was sent to Great Britain. The Postal Service of Great Britain has advised us that this article was delivered on or about December the 17th of 2003. Anytime, Chucky. that stamp with your mother's face on it, where that man that was getting ready to retire in 2 weeks from the Platts office, the value changes every day. You like what you've done, Chucky, to my country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, not George Kaufman. Is there not a post office that was brand new that faces the side of St. Vincent de Paul? And then the Postal Museum? And then the demolished Lafayette Courts? 47 days and counting of rubble? I am not taking picture. That's lead dust. Why am I going near it? Oh, I'm sorry. I need to show which major did I need to have a majorize? Well, chemistry. You're still just Baltimore, the city that reads. You don't bother me. You're Nazis. Socialism without consumerism is Nazism. Oh, how rich. No, it was an ethno-violence study for prevention. Prevention of what? Your kids walked out of a high school and burned the city. You're lucky I don't know north, south, east, or west. I don't know where they were, but they walked out. When I was class president, there's one thing I know, and that's it. Teachers are supposed to stop any fight from leaving this campus. I came home, they made it all the way to Patriots Park. Doesn't bother me any. That's not my business. Yep, so now we have that. If you can make out the R so you don't think. And you don't bother me. Really. The government knows what was going on. It's not a lie. The Prejudiced Institute was on Green Street, and I wrote them. Yes, I did. They're not going to help me. But you're Shirley Bigley, the lawyer representing Habrowski. And then this certified, oh, they're coming. Can't keep up with them. I'm going to do what in 24 hours? Nothing am I doing. I got a phone call one day. He will meet with you at the Alban O'Kuhn Library on Martin Luther King's birthday. He may be going there, but I'm not. He has an office. And I'm not getting on this highway. Why? You know how you make black ice? A pickup truck and Chinese barrels of water. You are really like I'm a whack job. You're the whack job. Do you belong to a black fraternity? The Q Dogs, whoop, whoop, they were all in my dorm room. A room too small for her to begin with. Branding, and that, you want to close this thing down? What are these people doing? You want to go work for Buckingham Palace? 6 weeks online? What did that make you people? Strong for what? Miss Black Unity, I am not yellow. Is there another line to that speech that I can remember, Gina? I think I stepped right into where I should have been. I'm fully integrated, were you? Were you black and gifted? Because I know what I'm going to do in retirement. I'm going to go through every picture of the 70s, and they better look like my other friend, the science one, the bad skin, the bad hairline. Kind of like, not the one that may have had a surgical operation when she was born. Oh, I'm going to look. The other one, I'm allergic to all food. My father knows an allergist. You're not walking around campus afraid of the house, the dining hall. You're allergic to all, and they said, we will work with you with the meal plan. No, I'm allergic to all food. Okay, the letter. Do you know for the longest time these things would not open up on the computer? Anne Frank Educational Trust, Lori Burnley Myers, 2003, 23 years is a long time for me to shut up. P.O. Box 11880. Oh, I know. Michael Steele. You were so troubled by that ethno-violence study. I never heard of it. You know advanced things? Yeah, really, you never heard of it? I was so troubled by what I saw that Ehrlich and we fixed it all. And then when I took over the Republicans, I said, we need to do this. No. P.O. Box 11880, London, postcode N64LN. December the 9th, 2003, the refusal of the University of Maryland system. I know who to complain to. Why don't you? It's the system. You're telling me that Habrowski had an ethno-violence study without the knowledge of the system that allowed the creation of the transfer coordinator. You know, oh, you're going to yell, oh, I'm sorry. Did I get uppity? What the fuck? Don't even say that. Don't. It's over, do you understand? It is so over. I'm just going to watch somebody pick apart your party. They should be doing it this way. Why aren't they? These young Democrats. I was silenced in New York how many times? On my property that is commercially zoned. The towing guy, he wants my father. He can fit 20 trucks in that garage. My father said, you're going to be going beep, 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 beep all night long. My father took his father for tryouts at Yankees when it was probably owned by CBS, a catcher. His grandmother will do my father's reception, wedding. I can't do it. I'll pay you. Oh, well, of course you'll pay me. Not to my neighbors. Commercially zoned. It was a barn on top of that. There is heat in there. Don't tell me what I lost for your joke, Habrowski. Your joke. Hopkins 24/7. Your joke. Don't make me say Bloomberg School of Public Health and police powers is a public health issue. Your joke. And the joke is Milan Kundera. Oh, he doesn't get translated all at once. I'm drifting all alone at sea. Doggy pass. The refusal of the University of Maryland system to acknowledge any error whatsoever within their social work major at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. They refuse to admit even this misuse of the Diagnosis and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders in relation to the Anne Frank Diary. The uses of the classroom at both a graduate, undergraduate, and graduate school level. Oh, I'm sorry, who remembers this stupid piece of shit? Oprah, age 2. What's going on here? Oprah, age 2. Oh, come on. Do you know what he's done to Oprah? He let Oprah, all of her posters have come to life. Isn't that the movie Mannequin? Tina Turner. Ooh, what was it like with Ike? I only read it in the magazine. Saw the movie. Ooh, it's Tina. Don't. It's so stupid, really. Stupid. I would be embarrassed if I were her, truthfully. Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders in relation to the Anne Frank Diary. The use of the classroom, graduate, undergraduate, graduate school level has, with the migration of citizens, changed. I hope that you understand what I am implying, because I have never communicated with organizations based abroad or had dealings with Holocaust survivors. As an undergraduate social work student at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Maryland, I was just beginning my studies. And I hope that you understand my use. Oh, don't. Who saw the History Boys on Broadway? You know the play. Forget about the movie. Forget about the motorcycle ride, and I bet you he was gay. I don't know what, and the motorcycle and the boys, but Oh no, he gets in trouble for the teaching of the Holocaust. Those British people. You just stay to Mary Poppins and that spoonful of sugar. The use of the word implying in relation to migration, I have filed versions of this complaint at all levels of the University of Maryland system, brought it to the attention of the Attorney General's Office Education Division located in Baltimore, Maryland, had the complaint reviewed by the staff, and then a letter of agreement from the then Governor of Maryland, Glendenning, that nothing wrong was done. The Attorney Grievance Commission also found that no lawyer who handled my complaint as an undergraduate social work student, no ethical violations. The State Ethics Commission, the state of Maryland, also could not find any wrongdoing. So with one complaint pending at the Harlem, U.S. office of President Clinton, still pending, forward this complaint to you in the hope that we can correct it's cut off a little, it is. The Maryland state officials, oh, come on now. A bunch of old farts rocked the vote, Dutch law, that's comical. It is illegal. You cannot replicate a certain portion of a book. I see now that the Odyssey, you have done nothing to the populace. You have not sung them into a lull. It's illegal. Didn't you see 3 Days of the Condor? The book is like 6 days of the Condor. Robert Redford. Maryland state officials. The region of Maryland to Virginia, thousands of new residents. The migration of world citizens. The United States of America is documented in censuses. The amount of residents who remain in an area after the completion of college. I only start with censuses. There is no trip to Annapolis. We do not take the McShuttle. It is not converted for 6 hours, no McDonald's. There's no primary source. There is no Hornbake Library orientation mandated. We are now going to McKeldin for the law journals. The congressional hearings. John F. Kennedy as a youngin'. After college or level of academic achievement. Oh, that's all documented. Becomes part of the administrative personnel to investigate either student complaints. Oh, really? You do not want me to continue how you got away with this, do you? The book is done. You cannot. B'nai B'rith is reputable. God forbid you say Jewish self-defense. Now, why did the Black Panthers, why are you having a problem with Black Panther self-defense? Huey has his problems. He should have never been given a gun after he almost shot somebody and then stole some money. That's white-collar crime at that point. He's in charge. It's white-collar crime. Half of New York City has memorized white-collar crime by the time they graduate high school. Their children understand. The envelope. It then becomes the part of an administrative personnel to investigate. I still don't know transfer coordinator. And I believe, first of all, your Mr. Habrowski had no business coming to Westchester County. What is his books? How to get black boys through high school in STEM. Graduate from college with STEM. Well, excuse me. What are you doing in my area? We don't have your problems, truthfully. At least we've never called that a project. I started my academic career in 1984 as an 18-year-old from Tarrytown, New York, and remained in Maryland after discontinuing my higher education pursuits to further not only my managerial skills. For nearly 8 years that I continuously worked in Maryland, my skills revolved around customer service. An administrative standpoint, my concerns were not addressed properly. Administrative, you want to tell the person transfer coordinator? You don't want to know how I found that out. Thin walls. What are they yelling? All 45 minutes. I went home and put in Maryland transfer coordinator. Administrative standpoint, my concerns were not addressed properly. Moving to my use of the word classroom. Undergraduate social work student, my focus housing. Information concerning the area that I had moved to and was never told by administrators at orientation or advisement that left me not only wondering but off balance from the various university libraries, planning associations, government libraries, and applied them within the classroom. These efforts of consolidating 75 years of internal-external migration. This is 2003. I'm still trying to resolve issues with that campus. In 2006, I will re-enroll. The student hearing is 2007. Did I not give you more than 75 years? Did I not start out with in-migration, platoon schools, the redevelopment of blight, relative cost, Maryland, colored housing and white housing, Department of the Military, 1945. Did I not say House Bill 760? Did I not say lead passes through the placenta? Did I not say it was your history? We don't want it. It's your history. We don't want it. Well, Dr. Bailey is black. Miss Kurtzopoulos, you must take responsibility. Really? You were awarded with a campus about 3 years later, weren't you, little Mr. Responsibility? Oh, don't they look rich now? Hoppin, Morgan. He's the only sane one. Hoppin inside of an enterprise zone. Dunbar enterprise zone. Johns Hopkins enterprise zone. And nobody discusses enterprise zones. Yeah, don't try and play me. I told you I'm not a victim. Anything I say, don't even trust me. My concerns remain unheard. Oh, really. Now, did I misread my signs? The Smithsonian in 93 to my house. 93, you are going to Greektown. You're going to 3 churches. Ponca, which is near General Motors at the time that hasn't closed. You're going to the one in the city that Stella from Virginia got, Anyway, next to the Mount Vernon Library down the street from the Enoch. And then I'm assuming you may have gone to the one my cousin took me in the middle of the night. That's where all the rich people go. You don't listen. Let me explain something to you, really. I don't care for a Spiliades. I don't care for an Auschenklaus. And I don't care for a Bonaparte. I went to the planning place and I got the literature to know who are the players. Now, you're going to say you didn't have a civil war, and I'm going to say my grandfather didn't get on his horse and go get the Germans because now they are fighting each other again? What are you going to call me a liar on? I'm above you. Mayor of the village, mayor of the village, mayor of the village. That's a legal adoption now. I said I should have diplomatic immunity for what you did to me, little Mr. Ethno-Violent Study. I've navigated many different people. I am fully integrated. But you, Mr. Habrowski, nice move. And I'm sure the Smithsonian, I don't know what you're about. So each of these little Greek villages, they have their own little costumes for dancing. The belt, it's not uniform. So basically, you did what? And when they have these little dancing contests, what is your point for what you did? You got a lot of people angry, Habrowski. A lot of people. My grandfather in 78 said, don't mix. You ethnically cleansed me for going to the library. You took away my right to have natural childbirth by... You hire people that put traction on your head and say, this is the bell. It wouldn't have slipped off my head if you put it on right, right? Toledo Terrace. Now, I know why I chose Georgetown. And I said, this Toledo Terrace, I don't know. That's like too mashy. Oh, come on, Sophia, don't go into the city. They will bring Norton from Baltimore for the block of ice. Yeah, you're so funny. The first time in my life that I used my card of insurance, I didn't use it at Grand Union, not even for eyeglasses. Consolidating 75 years of internal and external migration were failed. As I stated, my concerns remain unheard. Understandings of the term social work may be different. In no term reflects socialism. There's some words missing. I do firmly believe that if society refuses to acknowledge consumerism, that is a form of Nazism. My complaint, you now need to complain to Chicago. I am nowhere near Chicago. I am trying to determine how you created the regions that are stuck in Market Street, Philly, without acknowledging the Southern Regional Compact. Now, I would have thought that little Mr. Education 2000, former governor of Arkansas, you would want to clean that up a little bit. We are not one. Do you understand? And we never will be. I'm better than all of you. You could just say, it's because she's fully integrated. And that's all you had to do. You understand? You understand? Nobody's going to take away your container tax money. All you had to do was shut up and say, wow, you see it that way because you're fully integrated. Instead, you wanted to throw me into Nazism. That's fine. I came and fled Nazism. Although, remember, we're not with the common people. Oh, I know I'm not common. Next time around, if this room is too small, get another one. There's not going to be a next time around. I've done very well. If you're here, don't go here, because you'll never make it there. Well, that's interesting. I'm still defending a public United States of America education. Archbishop Keogh and the other one, that's interesting. So when I comparatively discuss the Catholics of Westchester County, one school for the men, Stepanak, two schools for the girls, Maria Regina and Our Lady of Victory. Our Lady of Victory in front of Mercy College. And then I go to this Archbishop Keogh and the boys' school, or the girl, I think Keogh was the girls. So how many people from Baltimore City, and you're from Howard County, Planned Community of Columbia, how many people from Baltimore, how many counties go to that Catholic school? Oh, I'm not done. I'll let you know when the whole thing is done. You're a piece of work, you and your entire family. There's no expiration date to whatever happened that night. I don't remember the smell of the drink. Very interesting. I'll let you know about it. But especially the blank. There's a name there. She came in bigger than the guy at MOMA coat check. The spitting image of Eartha Kitt, but it was a man. That's fine arts. Okay, fine arts. I don't have a problem with that. She came in like this. New Orleans. Well, that's interesting. So, like, what is the distance from your clinic in Indiana to your house in Chicago? You're no different than Rafael Lopez. Yeah, he broke the law too, and then recertified. That's interesting, huh? Only your side went to prison. Now the government was wrong. The DEA, the FBI. Maybe they should have read my book. They'd be more open-minded. Oh, I don't need to go to law school. Trust me.